Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. The British government has suspended its funding of the Commonwealth Secretariat, the body that runs the international organization from London. UK diplomats have told Lady Patricia Scotland, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, that Britain's annual £4.7 million voluntary contribution will be withheld until her secretariat improves its financial procedures. The Secretariat insisted it was implementing recommendations made by external auditors. The auditors also discovered that procurement rules had been waived by the Secretariat on no fewer than 50 occasions over 3 years. New Zealand and Australia have also suspended their discretionary funding to the Commonwealth Secretariat until its financial systems are tightened up and tested by external auditors. The UK decision threatens to plunge the Secretariat into a financial crisis that will raise fresh questions about Lady Scotland's leadership. Commonwealth heads of government have already rejected calls to give Lady Scotland an automatic second term of office when it comes up for renewal this year. Australia has gone one step further and cut its funding to the Commonwealth Secretariat by £414,000 and has made its remaining contribution of £260,000 contingent on the reforms being implemented. And now for some rather interesting news from Jamaica. Many persons, including his past students, were shocked when they learned that Shora Chambers, a drama teacher, had been impersonating a policeman for years. I quote, "He was a very strict and disciplined teacher and always tells us that this was some of the principles he learned because he was a cop. We even saw him with a firearm at times, but we thought it was either his personal, licensed weapon or that it belonged to the Jamaican Constabulary Force." End of quote, a past student said. The 36-year-old educator was charged last Thursday when he carried another man into the Elton Road police station to give a statement. According to the police, Chambers introduced himself as a sergeant, but was later asked to show his identification card after his actions somehow aroused suspicion. Chambers, who was carrying a firearm, admitted that he was not a cop and was immediately arrested and the gun taken. In analyzing the situation, Senior Superintendent of Police and Head of the Corporate Communications Unit, Stephanie Lindsay, said this type of behavior is often exhibited by persons who apply to be a part of GFC and did not make it. Finally, for tonight's regional news, after avoiding the negative designation under a grey list warning last year, Cayman has joined Oman, Fiji, and Vanuatu on the EU blacklist of foreign tax havens, making it the first UK overseas territory to be singled out by Brussels. This is less than 1 month after the UK left the EU. The Cayman Islands and the British Virgin Islands were both up for review by the EU this month after being grey listed in 2019. EU ambassadors made the decision to place the Cayman Islands on a list of 9 overseas tax territories that have been designated as not effectively cooperating with the EU. The decision was made under the reasoning that Cayman has not passed adequate legislation addressing concerns about companies without sufficient economic presence on island, yet claim tax advantage. And that was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.